Hello all, it's Nikos here. Can you all hear me? Can you see my chart again and my mouse moving on the
This
chart?
file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
Okay,
Please,
perfect.
now.
So I think we can start. This is day number 3. Everybody ready? Feeling great? Ready to, focus? A bit hard, okay. I know it's a little bit late for some people, for sure. Having members from all over the world, it's not easy sometimes. Waking up in the middle of the night or something like this, no, probably not great. That's the only issue. Everything else should be fine. So before we start, do we have any questions regarding yesterday's?
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please, buy it now.
The audio? Sorry guys, I always forget to do this. Is it better? Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 12. Okay. Okay, great. So, any questions before we continue? If not, I'll guess everybody is able to keep up. And we don't have any big issues. I'm waiting still. Maybe there's something. You are funny, Ruth Run.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
A quick recap.
Please, buy it now.
Probably take an hour, right? So we have everything is recorded, and you will get the recording. So don't worry about this. But if there's any specific anything, like you couldn't understand, or something, a setup that I did cover that you for some reason didn't, like or not know what to do or whatever it is. Because what we just did over the last 2 days is going over trades that I took for clients, mostly conservative ones, early setups, first setups after daily trend line breaks, things like that.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please, buy it now.
There's a question. Do the size of the hike and ash candle make a huge difference on the 1, 2, 3s? You mean the breakout candle? Probably mean the breakout, the 2 to 3 line break candle, yeah? Of course it matters. Like a good entry candle, as you probably know, most of you at least, is a candle that breaks the 2 to 3 line like this and usually opens, like for long setup, right? Opens low and closes high. That's what we want. That's indicating the volatility the price actually wants.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please, buy it now.
Example that it's not too. This is already big, very, very big. A normal one would look like this. This is, you see, that's not perfect because it's closing lower than it opened, but all in all, it's it's probably also the time zone, but it's an okay candle. It's okay, but it's not perfect. You want a candle ideally to close much lower. So if the first one doesn't look good, the second one at least you could see it's moving lower, then it's fine. Okay, if the first one doesn't look great and the second is still moving and it's closing low, you can enter also the second one. Otherwise, a good candle looks always like a open high, close low, like if you have that spike here.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please, buy it now.
It's also not perfect, probably caused by news, but the entry level is good. Ideally, you want candles like those, but you don't always get the perfect candles. This is also fine. Opening low, closing high. That's like a normal candle, or the second one is fine. Sometimes you get bigger ones if it's the beginning of a trend. Then you see this one is okay. This one is much better. It's a little bit longer, more volatility. If it's the beginning of a trend and you know it's the first setup, then it's fine. You see here I have a very good one. It's not a retracement to the 36, but a good one. Then it's retesting this area and then it's going back up. So it doesn't always mean that because you have a good.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
Right? It's just
Please
an
buy it now.
extra thing to consider before entering, because if it's too small and not breaking the 2 to 3 line, then it's actually not even a signal. And just pay attention to those things. Oh, I have more questions. One sec. Sorry. So we have general questions. It would be great if let me just see if we could, write them down for the last days or something so we can focus on this stuff, but see if there's anything else.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
Yeah, this with a 50%
Please buy it
above
now.
the 12 or below the 12 is more like a general rule. Sometimes even if it doesn't do that, but there's a 2 to 3 line break, it's fine. OD, right? Just look at the setup, not that much at the indicators. You mean bigger spikes? Depending, right? That's why you have to do the top-down approach, check the pairs you like. If it doesn't look good or it's too spiky, then don't trade. You can see my screen, guys? Paul asking about the entries. Clients or not, I also enter on daily charts.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Daily setup. What we usually do when we look for daily trend line break and take the first 4 hourly, we do the same thing with the weekly and daily. I'll have some daily entries. I'll share with you, I think tomorrow. Tomorrow I have the daily and also some lower time frame entries, okay? I'll show you. One second, what else do we have? What do you do when you see the nice setup on the 4 hourly chart, but the 1 hourly or 50-minute chart have crossed to the opposite direction?
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
We are always, of course, in favor of setups that point in one direction on all the time frames, okay? But you see, if you want to trade on the 4 hourly chart, you shouldn't worry about how the 1 hourly or 50-minute looks, okay? Now, if you just use the 4 hourly as a filter and you want to enter on the 1 hourly or 15-minute chart, then on the top-down approach, of course, it makes sense that, if the 4 hourly is pointing up and the 15 down, then you make sure that it's really making sense to you, that whole thing, right? That's always better if all time frames point in one direction. It's always better. Long term, not in each trade. But
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
But again, last day we are also going to do our analysis on the live charts. Looking for some setups live, and then we can figure out some details together there as well. Don't worry. Other questions? Just waiting.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Okay, I guess I'll start, right, guys? If there's anything else, you can write the questions down still and ask later on. Okay, I'll give you in between also time to ask questions for sure. Okay, so today, day 3, we are checking our charts, double confirmation bounce trades. This is something that you, there's a little bit, detailed analysis, required. So you will get used to this. You see that often in ranges, double confirmation bounce trades. I will explain that, how that looks.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
It's just to the point.
Please buy it now.
We go over the Simple Smart Risk Management EA, and after this session today, Jeff will upload this to the members area where you can download it from. Unless you already have it, some older members might already have that one. We are going over this today. It will only take like 5-10 minutes to cover it, and then later on, after the session, you can download it, because if you do it now, nobody is going to listen to me anymore. You will all play around with the EA, and that's not good. So you will be able to download that later on. And tomorrow we are going to cover the second EA. You get 2 EAs. Okay, you get the Power EA and you get the Simple Smart Risk Management EA. Today we are covering this one.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
All over the place. And we can combine everything we want to cover without you being too sidetracked. Okay? We are not trying to tease you. We just want to make sure we are all focused. Okay? You can see my screen. Anybody else? Can everybody else see my screen? Sorry guys, this thing is stuck.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
Okay.
Please buy it now.
Okay. Perfect. So I had an issue with the chat box. I couldn't see what you were writing. Now it's good again. And then Dr. Jeff is taking over with his Super Power Ninja trading mindset. That sounds like one of those new movies for kids, but it's actually very, very important. Okay? So, what I'll do to make things easier for you, there we go, Daniel-san, yeah. Let me just go over the Simple Smart Risk Management EA first.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
You can play around with it. If you have any technical trouble today or tomorrow with this after the session, don't freak out. Don't write emails in agony. We go over that tomorrow again. And if you still have issues, then we are happy to help you. And figure this out with you, okay? If there's any technical issue on your end on a MetaTrader or whatever. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Let's start. I'll just get back to my chart. I make it quick and painless for everybody. The way you want to do this is choose whatever chart you have.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Spartan EA1. So you have the Spartan template, or we just take the basic one. Just 1 second. Spartan system. You just see our classic charts, and now you download your EA. And when you download your EA, probably you know how that works. first of all, you have to go to File and open your data folder. Then you go to MQL4 and Experts, and you copy that and paste it into that expert folder. Okay, that's the first thing. Then you close everything and you refresh.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
MT4.
Please buy it now.
It's very important that you refresh. Make sure that also auto trading is on. So this thing here is green, not red, green. Okay, you click on this. And when you refresh, you will find it right here in your Expert Advisor section down here. And you just drag and drop that onto your chart. And then usually a window pops up like this. And you will see about, doesn't matter. Here you want to make sure that looks like this one. Just leave it like this, at least then we know it works. Enable alerts, allow live trading, allow DLL imports. And if it looks like this on your common section, you will be fine.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
And first of all, do hide data like they here. Okay. Now, then you should see that smiley here. If the EA doesn't smile, something is wrong. Check again the auto trading, right click, Expert Advisor, Properties, and then go back to this. And if it looks like this, it should be fine. Click also, look at inputs. And inputs, you see all the functions. And there's not much to do really. Just leave all that like it is. This is the risk. That's the default setting. Leave everything. Don't touch anything. Slippage means 50 means 5
This file
pips.
made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Give it a window of 5 pips. For swing trading, using 4-hourly, 1-hourly charts, it's fine. If you do more day trading or something, or scalping, have it at 20, which is like 2 pips. But I would leave it at 5. You don't have that much volatility anyway. It's fine. Okay. Now, this is for the positions. That means if you trade and you want to open a trade, by default, it's splitting your full position into 3 different parts. That means if you say, I'm risking 1% on this trade, here's my entry, here's my stop, it will calculate and split the risk between those 3 positions. So all them together will be 1% and will open 3.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
And here it's showing
Please
the risk
buy it now.
reward. That means 1 means 1-to-1. If the stop is 20, for instance, it will go for 20 pips. The second position will go for twice as much. Remember all the trades, how we manage them. And by default, the last one is open, meaning like 10 times the stop, and you can drag and change this manually where you want to later on. Important is usually first and second. If you don't want to trade 3 positions, or you cannot, you just go to one of those, for instance, and delete this or put in 0, and then it will only open 2 positions. So if you click on OK, you'll see 2 positions. You see this? Everybody? Hide data. You click on hide data, then it's hiding. If you click on that again, it's popping.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Say I want only 1 position, and you click on 0 here. You click on OK. Suddenly you have only 1 position. Okay. By default, again, Expert Advisor Properties, you do, I don't know, 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 10-to-1, or let's say 3-to-1 in this case, because there's major resistance or whatever. Boom. Here we go. Entry, stop, 1, 2, 3, 3 targets. Get it? So far, easy, right? Now, hide the data again. Let's assume we want to trade here something. I'll go just to a smaller time frame just to demonstrate a little bit something. Let's assume we have a short setup here. We don't have it, but that's a 1, 2, 3, and we want to trade short.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
So you
Please
get in the middle
buy
of
it now.
you double click it, and you can move this. Okay, the first thing you want to do is actually take the green line, which is your entry line, and you drag it to a point where you want to trade. Let's assume price is right now here, right? You see, here's the price. If you want to buy, you have to take this thing and drag it over price. Yeah, if it's below, automatically the EA knows it has to sell something. If it's above price, it knows it has to buy. So let's assume this is a short 1 to 3 and we want to sell. And let's say, this has already reached resistance. You're waiting for the 2 to 3 line break and price is going to move down. So you take this thing and you drag it to here. Entry level, 2 to 3 line break.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
I think we're all okay.
Please buy it now.
That means that your stop has to be moved above price, of course, over 0.3. So if that's your 1, 2, 3, and here's your stop level over 0.3, okay, you leave the stop here. Now, you said you want 3 positions, but it's a perfect setup, and you really, have a daily trend line break, and the 4 hour and the 1 hourly, and there's volatility, and you like the whole thing. Said, okay, I want to risk 1%. Let's type a big number right now just for fun because it's a small practice live account. 2%. Okay, so immediately, what the A does, it's calculating the lot size for 3 positions. And it says, okay, if you were trading only 1 lot, I would risk...
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
It says sell, you see. I would risk 0.2 because that's just what I can do. And even for 3, it's also only 0.2. Okay, so it's doing the math. Now, each position, if you sell 3, will be 0.02. So all 3 together will be 0.06, which would be your 2% on the account size. If you have a bigger account, the numbers will change. Like if you put in like 7, 8%, we don't do that, but if you see immediately what happens here, sell 1.9 mini lots, 10 micro lots with 2 positions, 0.06 with 3. So it knows that it has to split in order to risk that amount. Get it? Very, very great tool.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
That's the easiest way to not play around with leverage, with, whatever, lot size calculating manually. You just say, okay, here's my risk. I want to risk 1% on this trade. It doesn't matter where I place the stop because it will calculate the distance from the entry price to the stop, and this will define the risk. It's okay. If you do that with 3 positions with this kind of stop, this is what you can risk. And I will trade exactly those positions. Make sense so far, or am I too fast? No, it does not.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
If you have already 1 or 2 positions running, it doesn't know that, but it will see what money is left in the account, and it will calculate from that amount. So it's kind of calculating it for sure. Okay? It's for all the positions. As I said, it's splitting the risk between those. My audio is bad, guys, or is it okay? What happened? Can you all hear me or not? Sounds good? Okay, then it must be on your end something. Okay, now. Let's go.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
That means 1.3, not 14, 15. Yeah, 1.3 when you see 13. There's no comma. It's a swap and it's a short swap. It's all there. Here what it says, price relation to the 36 EMA. So if it's above the 36, it's green. Okay. If it's below it, on those time frames, it's red. You can see this. It's the same with the 12 EMA. So if everything is pointing in one direction, so it's always good. And 0.03 means microlots. Yeah, 3 microlots. And candlesticks closing in.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
It tells you when it's going to close. When you switch to the 1 hourly chart now, it's telling you, okay, this candle is going to close in 31 minutes and 50 something seconds. Good information. This is showing you the targets, target 1, 2, and 3. And that's the average movement in pips. But yeah, don't pay attention to this. I never look at that stuff. And here the most important thing is, of course, the pair, the time frame, and the risk in percentage. That's the only thing you want to play around with. But never more than, please, 2%. Never more. And that's already a lot. I would say leave it 0.50, and if it looks great, you can still change.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Now, let's say we want to trade here. We take this thing and place the target here to this point, and we take the stop and place it above. We say that's my 0.5% risk, so it's calculating the lot size. And it's not a market order, like you don't want to get in right away, but you're actually leaving and you want to create a pending order because you expect that to move down, and when it's reaching this area, it will execute the trade. Okay? Then you just go to Open Pending Orders. You click on it once, and immediately it opens your pending orders. You don't have to type anything in anymore. It does it all for you. And now you can, for instance, take your target.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Stop loss. We don't do this, right? Also here is showing you open positions. If you had more open positions, it will show you this here. So you always know what's going on and how, the exposure of your account. You will see that here in this area and the total risk. Like if you have 3, 4 positions running, it will show you the total risk in this area. Okay? So you have really everything you need to trade with this one and calculate everything correctly. It's very, very good. So I'm personally not trading on MT4 for me or the clients, but I use this indicators
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Okay, that's what I have to risk, and then I manually do it on my trading accounts. But really, if you trade with MT4, especially all the smaller retail accounts, this is really a great tool. It has saved a lot of traders already, just by typing something in and not even getting the idea of doing something funny manually. The audio here is crap, Charles says. Okay, sorry man for that. I'm really sorry. Everybody can hear me, or is it just a couple of people that are happy with the audio? It's fine. You said. Now it's good. Okay, so
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Sorry for that. You can watch the recording later on, for details if you miss something. Okay, now let's say price did not retrace and didn't go down, so you don't want those positions. You don't have to go manually and change them or do anything. You just click on Close All, and it's gone. Okay? Now, sometimes, let's say there's a range or price hit an area of resistance, but you don't have another 1 to 3 yet, no higher high and higher low, and you don't want to trail the stop too close to price. You can tell DA to move the stop to break even. Boom. You click this, and it will.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
And the one more thing, let's say you want to do a market order, you want to actually sell It's a 50-minute chart. Let's assume price is going down. You don't have to place it exactly, at the entry level. Let's say price is moving at that point. You don't have to chase this green thing around to have it exactly at price. But if you want to sell, make sure you have it below price, more or less at the entry level, 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 pips, don't matter. Have the stop at the right place. Okay, and then you can say, okay, open market. That means it will open those positions immediately. So you are in. It's not a pending order that is waiting for the price to
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Close to this area if you're not sure you want to trade. Okay? So that would open market, and you have to keep it below price for it to sell. And you see if I drag this a little bit above and leave it there, immediately it knows that it has to buy. Okay? And that's all. And you can click on hide data, and then it's gone, and it will always go back where it came from. With a classic having the this level at price, and then a stop and some targets there. So you can always change this by dragging those things, at the right place.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Was that easy or what? No, listen, if you can close MT4 if you have the pending orders open, it's all fine. Okay? It will trade. It's very, very easy, very, very simple, very, very useful. Very useful. It's there was one member, I think, from Australia, Ben, and he said, I never knew what was going on with me. I was always typing, and by typing and trying to figure out the risk, I always at some point said, okay, leave me alone, I'll risk as much as I want. And
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Using this thing, he said it's all gone. My money management, my psychological issue, my mental blockage or whatever is gone. I just put this on, use my risk management following my plan, and it's done. And I'm protecting my account. Remember, first thing is you want to protect your money, then you want to make money. Okay? It works. It should work everywhere. Does it change between buy and sell by going above? Yes, of course. That's what I explained all the time. Yeah, if you drag it over price, it will buy. If it's below, it will sell.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
So if I take this thing, as I said before, and you go down, and you go down immediately down here, it will. Sorry, guys, it's stuck. Let me just refresh this thing. My whole thing got stuck. Can you still see my mouse? I think I have too many. Programs running right now. Stat EA. It should be with EA. Okay. Here we go. It should be fine. Otherwise, I have to.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Move my mouse. Come on. Just give me a sec. Ugh. It looks like it's working again. Mouse is moving. Okay. Here is our thing. So below is selling, above is buying. Okay, below price selling, above buying, very easy. You can drag this. Stop has to be placed, wherever you want. Then it's calculating the risk, and depending on what you type in here. It's really that simple. 1%, or if you add like much more, you'll see. I just do that so you can see the numbers changing.
This file made by the
70%
trial version of Advanced
would
Audio
be
Compressor.
much bigger
Please
lots,
buy it now.
standard lot, and 5.3 mini lots, and then splitting into 3 parts, it will grow like crazy. So don't touch this too much, you know. As I said, 2% maximum for good swing trades. But it's really easy to use, right? Did you all understand how to use it? Everybody? Nothing complicated, right? Really, really easy. So again, we will upload this later on today, and tomorrow we are covering the other EA, the Power EA. But at least you can start playing around with this one.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Before we go to the other one. It works, it should work everywhere, no matter where you place it on, also on Renkos. As long as it is MP4, right? Yeah, the recording is okay, as Jeff is asking me. Yeah, the recording looks fine as well. It looks like it's recording now again, so no problem. Okay, guys, so can we continue? Any questions about that EA? It's probably better if you download it, play around at your end, and later on tomorrow you can ask questions if something didn't work or if you didn't understand something. Just let me know.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Okay. It works, you say. Okay. Perfect. Then I would say we just continue. Still have work to do today. So let's just look at our charts. Okay. I don't have many for today because I want to cover a different part as well on trading. A little bit, a little story I prepared, or at least something like that. First of all, we're going over, sorry, a question? The Power EA will work on
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
The version
Please buy it now.
You know, a good, powerful, steady, basic version, and for more. No, I don't think you can try, but I don't think so. It's because it's programmed for the classic Heikin Ashi. It's not programmed for the Renkos. This one, okay. But we'll discuss this tomorrow as well, don't worry. So, first Australian dollar, US dollar trade. We had a daily downtrend, daily trend line break, and the first 1 hourly 1 to 3. And I don't think I need to, overanalyze this. We have done that now for 2 days already, and we know if we see a nice first 1 to 3 like that.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
0.3 area,
Please buy it now.
In combination with the 200 and then the break, that is something that we want to trade right away, especially if it happens after a nice break like this. Then it's hitting target 1 and target 2. And by trailing this on the 1 hourly chart, because you know the previous lows were in this area a little bit lower, actually a little bit lower, I'll trade it close. So what happened? Price did retrace, kick out the remaining position about 1.5 times the size of the stop. So all in all, a good trade, not a follow or up trade or something, nothing really big and fancy, but a nice trade all in all.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
No, right? It's getting easy now. It's getting basic. And another one coming also from the 4 hourly chart. A daily range, but a downtrend. and major support in this area. So taking out one, in this case, 1.5, almost 2 times the stop, because I was targeting this. There was nothing in between that would bother, this trade from actually reaching this point. So it did that, but I kept one remaining position running. Especially after it bounced and moved lower, and it really looked nice at that point. Was thinking it probably hit the next area of support, but in the end,
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
What is this? This 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Is it a smooth 1, 2, 3 like this one? Or who does remember how we call this 1, 2, 3? Especially when it's getting close to support. Exactly. A wavy one, or stairs or whatever, zigzag. Exactly. So those are the first signs of bigger retracements. Not always, but if there is major support and it's losing steam, it often just goes the other way, and that's what happened. So okay, still a good trade. So remaining position in the same area where my target was in the first place. So there was a really good trade, a really powerful trade. Risk about, again,
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
I have more. That went nice. Now, those are the double confirmation, trades, or whatever you want to call that, double confirmation bounces. Because what happens here, I see something on the higher time frames that gives me the reason to get in here somehow. Now, it was a steep setup, not perfect at all, so it was only a 0.6% risk trade, and it took a while before it started to make some profits. And again,
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Trailing stops, very important. If I have a stop here and my entry is here and the price is ranging and it's not really smoothly trending very fast, where you can see, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If that's not happening and price is ranging like that, I don't want to trail the stop too fast, because you see what happens here. It is spiking around, retesting even the 200. So what I want to see is a lower low, a retracement back to wherever it wants to retrace, and then when I see a lower point on the chart, I'll start trailing. So I need another 1, 2, 3, ideally after
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
If it's already trending for a while and you have only the bonus lot running, then you can start trailing it closer, because then you have more history and the trend line you can draw. So okay, in this case I know price is retracing more here, but after then creating lower lows, it's creating back, it's going back to the 36, and then another one to the 36. So I can start trading closer to the 36, and if I get stopped out, okay, then it's done anyway. But after the entry, you don't want, if you see price hits, the first target, if it didn't retrace yet, you don't want to take the stop and immediately retrace it to break even, trail it to break even. Because when the retracement happens and price was not volatile,
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Keep that in mind as a general rule. Do you understand that, everybody? It's a common mistake. People trail the stops too early. Okay. Now I want to discuss this one on the chart. I hope I find it. What is it? GPJPY. I think I prepared it already, so I don't have to search. I did some funny things today here, so. Okay, here we go. I have it.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio
Look
Compressor.
at the chart.
Please
this is a
buy it
daily
now.
chart on GBP JPY. We had a high in December 2016, 2017, in May, and then in June, July again. Okay. Now, what can we all see? Let me zoom out a little bit. What can we all see? What is this area? This is really easy to spot. Retracement, yes, resistance line and everything. So, what I saw here, what I liked is the touch, okay? And of course, after the first touch, after the third touch,
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Look for, your volatility line break, a spike on this chart. Let me do this. Sorry, guys. And try to get into a short because, you saw before it worked 2 times really, fast. And you see that happening again in this area. Spike and the price going down. Of course, you can look for shorts immediately, trying to get in here. Even on that daily chart by placing an order, waiting for the red candle to close, and then say, okay, it's a daily chart. My stop goes over 0.3. It's classic bounce trading rules. Price hitting an area of resistance in a range, wedge range.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
The lows of that range, so the extension of this line, and wherever it goes, maybe it's going fast or it takes a while before reaching this, and you can start taking most of the profits out in this area, for instance, right? That's one way to do it. And another way to do that is to actually go to the lower time frame, 4-hourly chart. Let me see if I can find this there. There we go. And say, okay, I'll do the same thing here. I don't wait for the daily candle to close. I actually do it on the 4-hourly. And sorry, guys. And I wait for my first, candle to break. After the false break or price, not being.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
Nice
Please buy it now.
Closing lower below that line, and I get in somewhere here as a bounce trade. So first big red candle after price failing to break resistance, place my stop over here, same story, and I wait. So it's retesting again, going back down. That's the classic thing. Another way to try this is like you don't know after the break if price will go down in a straight line. You don't know. Or will it range and maybe even retest this before going down? Okay, so if you don't like an aggressive bounce strategy like that, or if you say, I just don't feel good with this, I want to.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Wait for a double test, meaning price actually creating a 1, 2, 3. A lower point on the chart, a lower low on this down move, and then a lower high, meaning it's retesting resistance, sometimes 100% the same area, sometimes a little bit lower. So it looks like a 1, 2, 3, but you ignore crossovers and everything. The only thing you check is that the price is going down, retesting this, and after that you try to find your way in to trade this. Okay, so this happens often, not always. Sometimes it's just going down or just going back up. Okay, but if it really wants to go down, it will either go down fast.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
To get in on this time frame or lower time frame, okay, or maybe the 1-hourly. Or if that doesn't happen, and let's say you missed it, you didn't want to get in here. It's retesting resistance one more time, and if it's not going up, then usually it will go down for a while, at least to the middle of that range. Usually we'll see if double you know, touch a double test is happening here, price will retrace into the middle of the existing range or wedge, which it did here. And then in the end, it actually went down. Okay? So keep that in mind. This is a good example. So what I did, I don't remember, I was probably trading something else.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Two ways you do this. If you see the double test, so a 1 to 3 after price hitting major resistance in a range. Okay, and then you get your 1 to 3 and price doesn't stop here like a classic 1 to 3, but a 1 to 3, in this case price retesting resistance. You can wait for 2 to 3 line break, and you either enter immediately after a red candle appears below that break, would be this candle. Then it's a classic bounce trade using this double test to enter and place a stop over here. Or you wait after that double test for classic 1 to 3, in this case 4 hourly or better on the 1 hourly chart. So that's what
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
At that point, so I said, okay, I want to try it, and I got in on the 1 hourly chart, classic crossover 1 2 3, and it was already late one. So the risk on this trade was not much. I think it was less than 0.5%, because I couldn't get in early enough here. The entry, the spike was too big, this candle was too big. I didn't like that to get in here and place a stop over here, so I just saw the next one. I said, okay, I'll try with low risk. Okay? Did you understand the basics of that? Let me go over this quickly. Horizontal resistance, visible on the weekly in this case, also on the daily. Testing the price, you can try to get
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Or if you missed it and price is retesting this, happens often, retesting this area, then you have usually on lower time frame something that looks like this. Ignoring the EMAs in this case, just look at the pattern itself. 1 2 3. Yeah, but no higher point. So price not trying to break this again. And even if it does, if it spikes, then it still counts, right? In this case, lower high, retesting. I cannot break this. I don't have enough power to go up. So okay, great. Now let's start selling either here or here on lower time frames if you want to.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
To get in with the first red candle, or maybe even a 15-minute 1 to 3 below the 2 to 3 line. Whatever you get, as long as it is below here, is a good idea. Okay? And if you get in close to this resistance, you want to place a stop over the highs. If you get in late in a 1 to 3 on the 1 hour like I did, you place your stop normally over 0.3 on this 1 to 3. Okay, again, you don't have to remember it because it's all recorded. Does it make sense? It's a really good strategy, and now you see we start getting into some details that you sometimes just don't see. Yeah, it's not complicated really. You'll see if you...
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Ranges on whatever charts. Do, back testing and find those double, testing 1 to 3s at resistance or support. Big boy trades. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Or double confirmation or whatever, you just... as long as you remember how it looks. Okay, I have another one like that. Let me see. Yeah, that was the GBP CHF. You can see it on the chart. We had major resistance, exactly like the GBP-JPY, and
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
And we didn't have a
Please
trend
buy
line
it now.
break, so you would not enter here anyway on the higher time frame. So on the 1 hourly chart, it gave us that, and with that double testing, okay, it did break the trend line and gave us the first 1 to 3. And because it was volatile, it really looked good, and it was a nice 1 to 3, I give it a 1%. I gave it a 1% risk. And I didn't take incremental profits because it was a clean range and I wanted to target this. Okay? No, I took incremental. Sorry, with a no incremental was a different trade. Sorry. Here you can see on the lines I took them normally. So the last was just about 200 points with a 30 pip stop. So
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
I wonder why did I not just leave the whole thing running because it looked good. But sometimes, I don't remember each and every trade. Sometimes I forget them immediately, and I have to go back and check. But usually when I take incremental profits is when I'm not sure about something or if I have already existing positions running. The second bounce, 1 to 3, because I like when I draw a trend line, like a volatility line, I like to see, that candle, that classic bounce, to take it with a trend line break.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Even on the 4 hourly, for instance, if the 4 hourly closed like here, below that, I could have taken it. But I didn't take it probably because I didn't see it. Yeah, or it was late, it was over my night. Usually there's a reason when I don't take something that I'm monitoring. So then I took this one, the next best thing to it. Okay? Yeah, it's double tops. And again, assume you wanted to go, I think it moved even lower. But let's assume let's say that's the major resistance on this range and you want to trade this long. It's the same thing. Double bottom, but after those double bottoms or triple
This file
bottoms,
made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Right? If it doesn't, there's no reason to take any longs. Right? So those are two things I really wanted to show you. And as a homework, I would say just go and find those areas. Let me see, GBCHF. Do I have that also here? There we go. I think that's it. Yes, here we go. I prepared it already. You see this powerful range? So we had a lot of touches also coming from here, here, and here. So because here we had higher points, here a little bit lower points, I didn't place it at the lowest or the highest. I left it in the middle. So we get more touches.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Another smaller range, and then price is testing this with a big spike, retesting it. But I have a trend line, you see, and I want this trend line to break. So you could either here it's too early because here's support, but here on this 4 hourly chart you could have entered as well. You could have just taken this 4 hourly entry. Let me see when that happens. Happened probably kind of early for me, but it works. Like you could have said, okay, look, double test. Testing again resistance, lower high, it's a 1 to 3, and then a 2 to 3 line break. So, sorry, a trend line break.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Lower than that. And you could just take this and enter even earlier than I did by getting in here, getting in here, placing the stop over here. Okay? And then going for those levels. You see it actually moved lower. It moved much lower. But on the retracement, I think I trailed the stop, and because of this major support, I got stopped out here in this area. Yeah, they're not aggressive. They're actually early. Okay, they're not that aggressive really. They are bounce trades. So bounce trades it's a classic strategy. There's nothing aggressive about this really, unless there's no real range and you just, create a range.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Right? And because it's a very powerful strategy, and I like that one, try, as I said before, as a homework to find those yourself. Okay, figure out on the chart, do some back testing on daily, 4-hourly, 1-hourly charts, weekly charts, to find those so you can train your eye a little bit. Yes, there are lots. There's another trade I took on the Australian dollar. 4-hourly chart was a bounce short. There was a range. On the 4-hourly, on daily,
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
It was a small range, you can see. And I wanted to get in here, so I sold on the short. It was like a little retracement. You can see this. There's this arrow in front of this, but it created 1, 2, 3. So I said, okay, let's get in. It was not really a nice setup actually. So when that happened, then it broke. I got in with an order. Price did go down a little bit, but I didn't take incremental profits on this not too good looking small range trade. That's actually something I don't do, but I did it, so I have to share this with you as well. If the range is too small, it's not usually what I like. There was also a trend line. So
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
So I went only halfway, the middle of the range, and usually in the middle of the range we want to take out something, at least half of the trade, if not two parts. Okay, and I didn't take anything because I said, okay, I'll let it go, and tomorrow I'll probably reach this area. And what happened? It came back, it kicked me out here, and then in the end, I think it went down. So my advice in a range: try in the middle of that range, if it's going your way, to start taking incremental profits. And you see, I have a bigger, the stop is too big for the targets actually, so it's something you shouldn't do. And I still try to figure out why I did that. I don't even remember. Sometimes I just do things. Okay, so then
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
I feel that things are not that good, but I'll still, for whatever reason, think I like it. I immediately it's like, when you drive. You're driving on the highway and everything in front of you, you have a lot of space, so you can drive fast and you don't have your foot on the brake. But suddenly somebody is in front of you and he's driving a little bit funny, and so you keep your distance and you have your foot close to the brake. It's an instinct, right? And the same instinct I have with the risk. If I'm not too happy immediately, I push on the brake and say, okay, I'll go with 0.2, 0.3%, sometimes even 0.1% risk if I trade something late I don't like.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
I don't have more charts for today because I want to share something with you. And then Jeff, it's Jeff's turn as well. And because I really wanted you to, as a homework, I know you will play with the A, and I still want you to check for those charts, those double resistance and support areas in a range. And tomorrow, if you have any questions, you just let me know. Okay, so a little bit of a homework for you. No more charts today, but one more thing. And that's about trading, generally about mindset and money, before Jeff is doing the Superpower Ninja trading mindset thing.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
Soon we have Christmas,
please buy it now.
Right? So let it glow. big loss equals huge recovery. Not for everybody. That happened to me or for me. I'll make it quick. When I started trading, like everybody, I remember probably Jeff said it yesterday, he thought he could make millions overnight. And yeah, believe it or not, I thought the same thing. And you want to be a little bit naive at that point. You don't want to think about real stuff. You think like, okay.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
And everybody would do it by now, right? But at that point you say, okay, I figured out something out. Nobody knows. And of course it's stupid, but that's just how it is. And what I did, I lost on one stock I was trading. I lost all my money that I saved in 10 years in actually more or less 1 or 2 days. Okay? It was not that much for some people, but for me back then it was a lot of money, and it was all gone. And the funny part is, I think on Monday I bought the stock because somebody told me, hey, that's a great thing. And a day later there was an announcement about the guy.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
For me to buy the stock, and it was done. The money was gone. And after that, when that happened, I just couldn't believe it. It was so, how can I say, sudden death. It was so fast. I couldn't digest it. My brain couldn't understand that, now there's no money left in my account. There's nothing. I have to actually make sure I get paid soon so I can buy food or something, right? I couldn't digest. I was laughing. Okay? Yeah, like they were watching you. And at that point one, I wanted a time machine. Like I was thinking about that all day long, all the movies with the time travel.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Just to make it all go away, so I don't have to remember it anymore. Does anybody have this kind of, can I say, experience? I mean, not everybody has it. It's fine, and I hope you'll never have it. But I'm just asking. Some might have had it, and yeah. So, okay. So, what happens at that point? There's so many thoughts. You think, oh man, you are stupid. You think you cannot do anything. Like you're worthless, and then of course you want to blame somebody else, which makes you feel better. So
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
It doesn't matter what you think. The result is the same. You don't have any money. Okay? You don't have anything anymore. And you have to start from scratch, and you're like, what? Do I have to work another 10 years to get this? And that made me really, I got the chills. I was freaking out, really. I didn't tell anybody, but I thought I'm going to explode that day. Okay? So many things in my head. And second thing, as I said before, should I cry, should I laugh? I don't know what was, better or
This
worse.
file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
At that point, that
Please
if I can
buy it now.
lose that much money so fast, there must also be a way to make that money. Maybe not that fast, but if you can lose it, you can make it. Okay, so I have to be honest, for about 2 days, I was not in a good mood. I thought I would never touch anything, again, I would never buy anything anymore. No stocks, no Forex wasn't available back then. Nothing, but suddenly, I couldn't, like after 2-3 days, I woke up and had the same passion for that stupid thing called trading, and I thought I was, a gambler suddenly. I thought I was, one of those guys that you see in the movies that gamble everything away and again, and then they die as an
This file made by the trial
alcoholic at
version
some
of
point or
Advanced
something,
Audio Compressor.
I said, wow, what's
Please
going on?
buy it now.
Is that me? And so when I did calm down after 2-3 days, I did my research. And I said, okay, if that is possible, if it's possible to make money here, I have to change a few things. And the first thing I have to change is money management. Without that, I saw it's done. If you don't have, if there's no way to add any stops to something, it's not good. It's not good for me. It will kick me, it will kill me again. So losing money, I'll make it fast because I can talk about this hours and you don't
This
want
file
that
made
really.
by the trial version of Advanced Audio
To
Compressor.
make it fast, I
Please
figured out
buy it
that
now.
changing two things. First of all, money management, First of all, I had to gather money again because I didn't have any money left to trade. But I said, okay, I'll just take a month or 2 or 3 and then I'll start with something. I started with 500 back then again. And first is money management and the second is focus. Okay? You have to focus. And I didn't have, and here's the good part of that, any other choice. If you don't have money but you want to succeed, you have to pay attention to the details and you have to focus. Otherwise, you're never ever going to make that money back, especially when you get a big kick in the butt like this. Okay, you have
This file made
to
by the
focus.
trial version
And
of
because
Advanced
it was a
Audio
really
Compressor.
big slap in the face,
Please
I
buy
felt
it now.
the pain every morning. Every morning I woke up, I said, oh man, no, not this again, not this again. Like when you go to the dentist, I don't know what you say about this. A good friend of mine is a dentist, but otherwise I hate them all. Something like that. So you rather, make sure you have, clean and teeth than, the pain afterwards. So I said, no, this cannot happen again. So I did focus. So what did I focus on? First of all, that numbers don't matter. And fortunately for me, as I told you, I'm bad at math, really bad. And, I can
This file
count
made
to
by the
10 or
trial
20 or
version of
something, no
Advanced
problem,
Audio
or adding
Compressor.
20 and 30
Please
to 60,
buy it now.
50. But then more or less, it's already I'm getting close to, I don't know, it's just not my thing. But I like the charts and I like to see the movements there. And numbers don't matter. What I mean is we have to stop thinking about the numbers, and by that I mean about losing the money. Because when we calculate, we say, okay, if I risk that much, 2%, that would be, I don't know, $20. Instead of thinking, okay, I'll just risk 1%, and whatever it is, I don't care, because I know if I'm if I'm, focused and I do my thing correctly.
This file made
I
by
know
the
that
trial
I
version
will
of Advanced
win
Audio
more
Compressor.
than I'll give back to the market.
Please
So
buy it
doesn't
now.
matter. The only thing that matters is that I don't expose my account to too much, right? So I go and I say I risk only 2%, I risk 1%, and it's done. I don't have to think about money and numbers, okay? And suddenly, I was doing a lot of day trading and scalping back then, and I was sitting in front of my screen all day long, which you shouldn't do. I didn't know better back then, and I did trade a lot. We had a lot of volatility, and really just looking at 2-3 simple setups, 1-2-3s, 1-2-3s, trend line breaks, first 1-2-3s, maybe second, low risk, high risk, low risk, high risk, breakouts, bounces, those things.
This file
again
made by
and
the
again
trial
and again.
version of
Choosing the
Advanced Audio
pairs,
Compressor.
looking for volatility,
Please buy it
doing this.
now.
I did lose one trade. Okay, I did lose a second trade, no problem. I lost a third trade. I would close everything immediately, like not thinking, close everything, go out, get some air, walk, breathe, just go out, do something. and then getting back in after an hour or two, again and again and again, okay? Just having in mind, numbers don't matter, only percentage. I only want to make more than I give back. And one most important thing I didn't add to this is, well, actually added on point 4, but I explained it separately. We don't have to blame anybody, ever, ever. It's the worst thing. Never ever blame anybody. It's
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
You know,
please buy it now.
The brokers are funny. They do stupid things, but if you keep, doing what you have to do, they won't, be able to do you any harm long term. Like sometimes they will kick you out. If now they're not as bad as they were like years ago, so it's not a problem. It's what you do, what you risk, what you trade, how you do things, how you follow your plan, how you organize your day. This is your thing, okay? And it's actually good because if you don't blame anybody, guess what? You start feeling great every day, better. But if you, blame somebody else, you start being grouchy. This guy did that and this guy did this.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
You won't be able to focus on the good stuff. And what's the good stuff? You want to make the money for a really good reason. Yeah, and you have to know why you want that money. Just to show off. We said that many, many times. It's not the way to do it. You want that money to do something great for yourself, for maybe your family, for your friends, to just be happy. That's the thing. Okay, so money is just a tool, and with a tool you can buy stuff, you can do things, but it's just a tool. You won't get it if you're not focused on it. And it's that simple. It's really that simple. You get what you focus on. And if you start focusing on a good strategy, on simple trading,
this file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
And just do your thing, you know what happens? You suddenly make money. It's a byproduct. It's a secondary thing. The money will just come while you're doing what you like, following your passion. Suddenly, money will come. The account will grow, no matter what the numbers say. No matter if you win 60% of all trades, or 55, or 70, or 80. You can have 90% winning trades and still kill your account with bad money management, right? So you really need to start focusing on what's good, on your goals, on what you like, your passion. That you should have for trading, otherwise don't touch
this file
it.
Made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
Focus on good stuff, not on the bad things, because you really will attract all that crap if you think about it. It happens for me every time. If I'm not focused and I'm not in a good mood, whatever I touch will go against me. No matter how good it looks. I need to be in a good, mental, position. Okay? So please, those last, 10 minutes, that's the most important part after money management and technical stuff. Without this, it will be hard, really. But with that, it will be easier.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
On this one, people around you don't like, get rid of them. And don't kill them. What I mean is, don't hang out with them. People that distract you or make you being less focused. Try to not spend too much time with them. Family is sometimes the worst. If you know that your family doesn't understand what you're doing, don't tell them. You're not lying, you're just not telling the whole truth, right? You just don't say everything. Things like that. Make things about you. It's not an egoistic, trip or something. You have to think about yourself. You have to put you first. often, so the people around
This
you
file
can
made
have
by
it
the
as well.
trial version of
Okay? If
Advanced
you're a
Audio
good mood,
Compressor.
if you are
Please
spreading
buy it now.
the good energy, everybody else around you will be fine as well. Okay? So something you really need to think about and make it like an exercise, a habit to start smiling more, laughing more. I mean, of course, you cannot run around all day long laughing and smiling. It's not possible. But you can try to focus. And maybe it is probably also possible, but I know it's not that easy. Try to do this, right? And then suddenly you will see things will come, kind of together. The puzzle will be much easier later on for you to fix. Okay, guys? So I just wanted to add this today. Tomorrow I will also
This
talk a
file
little
made
bit
by the
about
trial version of
trading,
Advanced Audio Compressor. Please buy it now.
with my personal account versus trading with other people's money, because the psychology is changing a little bit, and how you get over again trading with bigger lots if you're not used to it, and you'll see it's easier than you think. If you get this done here correctly, again, the numbers do not matter. Okay? But we'll do this tomorrow. It's already 1 hour and 20 minutes. We take a 5-minute break. We are done for today, my part. 5-minute break. And after that, Jeff is going to continue. Okay, guys? Any questions?
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.
You're welcome.
Please
No worries.
buy it now.
As long as you like it and understand what I mean, it's great, yeah? Perfect. So, guys, we take a 5-minute break. Jeff, let's just quickly check your audio. For the guys that logged in later on and didn't don't know about the A, we'll cover this. It's in the video. You can watch it later on. It's all in there. You get it today. Let me just find Jeff. Where are you? Here you are. I make you presenter. Just say something so I'm sure that I can hear you.
This file made by the trial version of Advanced Audio Compressor.